Hello everyone. I, Foram Patel from LG School of Law would like to extend my warm welcome to every viewer. Now, in today's session, we shall be starting with the introduction of the intellectual property rights. So friends, let's understand the concept and the detailed ones. In the current session, we shall be learning about the different aspects of the intellectual property rights, under which we will be looking at the introduction of the concept and the need of the intellectual property rights, meaning, benefits and classifications of the intellectual property, brief concepts of different intellectual properties, IP and economic development, IPR in international perspective, and of course all these in details. So friends, let's get started with the understanding of what is intellectual property. When we are talking about the word intellectual property, that would make you question certain points. What is intellectual property? If IPR, that is intellectual property rights, is one of the concepts, how can we claim them? How is intellectual property different from the normal property that we use the term in the very day-to-day language? So friends, let's understand the concept. So, what is intellectual property? Intellectual property generally refers to the creation of the mind, such as inventions, literary or artistic work, design and symbols, names and images, which are being used in the commerce and etc. First of all, intellectual property is a part of the intangible creation of a human mind. My friends, there are two different kind of the property when we are talking about the intellectual property. Intellectual property would fall under the intangible property. The other form is the tangible property. Tangible property is something that we can touch, we can feel, but intangible property means something which is out of the physical control, which we cannot touch and feel, but still it exists. And the rights over those property are similar to the rights over the tangible property. So if you are talking about that I have, or I am the owner of a car, or I am the owner of a house, so friends, that would mean that you are talking about the tangible property. But if somebody is saying that I have these many patents in my name, or I am the owner of this trademark, that would mean that the person is having ownership over that intangible property. So friends, the person who is having the complete entitlement of that property would have the exclusive different kinds of rights over that particular property. For an example, the person can utilize that property, the person can transfer that property, the person can acquire and also enforce different rights over that property. So, if anybody is saying that I am the owner of XYZ intellectual property, the rights over that property would be extended to that person. Intellectual property rights can be defined, as you can see on the screen, that they are like any other property rights. They allow the creator or owner of the patents, trademarks or copyright or any other intellectual properties to get benefits from their own work or creations. Now, they usually give the creator an exclusive right over the use of his or her creations for a certain period of time. Now, intellectual property generally refers to the creation of the mind, inventions, which is literary or artistic, as we saw before this. Before we get started with what are the different kinds of the intellectual property, my friends, I think so we need to understand that why do we need intellectual property rights. So let's get started with the need of IPR in today's field. As you can see on the screen, my friends, there are a few purposes behind advancing and ensuring the protection of the innovation. Some of them are progress and the benefit of the mankind, which stays in the capacity to make and design the new works in the field of the innovation and culture. Now, intellectual property ensures and supports the production, dispersion and divulgence of the creations to the general population as opposed to staying quiet about it. Advancement and security of licensed innovation monetary advancement create new opening and business, and it improves the personal satisfaction also. Licensed innovation helps in adjusting between the pioneer's advantages and open integrity, giving a situation where advancement, imagination and development can prosper and profit everybody. My friends, when the whole history of the concept of property started, there was no concept of the intellectual property at that time. It was all about the tangible properties. the mankind, when they started creating their own, using their own creations or using their own innovations, and they created certain aspects which can be covered under the intangible property as intellectual property, they were not very much confident about using, or rather about acknowledging other public about the same thing. Why? Because there was always a fear about losing it. So once the rights over that property or over that kind of property were acknowledged and established, they became vigilant about it, and rather the development of the intellectual property rights started. Once the whole intellectual property right concept has been established in our society, my friends, it has become a good instrument for the development. It is a key driver of the economic performance in research and development based growth models. Intellectual property policies, they do affect the extended nature of the investment also, which are undertaken by the multinational enterprises. At the same time, relative to other factors determining foreign investment decisions, IPR does seem to have relevantly minor or rather major impacts. So friends, when we talked about what do you mean by intellectual property, what do we mean by intellectual property rights and the need for the same, it becomes very important for all of us to identify what are the intellectual properties. Different kinds of the intellectual properties are governed or rather are established in our society, in our country also. They are, as you can see on the screen, the types of the IPRs. I have tried to identify some of the types which are copyright, which we know very well. Industrial designs, trademarks, patents, geographical indications, plant varieties, semiconductor layout designs, and confidential informations. These are the categories of the intellectual property rights. Generally, when the whole concept of the intellectual property rights started, there were two wide diversities or categories of the intellectual property under which all these intellectual property rights were identified. Though they were the industrial properties and the copyright. Now, industrial property, which includes the inventions such as patent or other trademark, industrial designs and geographical indications or of the sources, etc. Rather, at the same time, copyright, which includes the literary, artistic work such as the poem, novel, play, films, musical works or artistic work or any such performances which are being covered under the concept of the copyright. So friends, let's have a quick view about what intellectual property right includes what kind of works, or rather a brief concept about all the kind of the intellectual property rights. Let's understand the concept of the copyright in very brief, as you can see on the screen. Copyright. My friends, what is copyright? The exclusive and assignable legal right given to the originator for a fixed number of years to print, publish, perform, film or record literary, artistic or musical materials. This is what you can consider as one of the property as covered under the copyright. Copyright is generally called as a set of the exclusive rights, my friends, which is granted to the author or the creator of the original work, which includes the right to copy, as I stated, and distribute and adopt the work. It lasts for a certain period of time, after which the work is said to enter the public domain. That means, my friend, after that time period, the public at large can utilize that property without giving the due reference, or rather without giving the credit, of course. Copyright ensures certain minimum safeguards of the rights of the author over their creations, thereby protecting and rewarding creativity. So creativity would include all these things. For an example, a person has written a book, for an example, or you can say that a person has created a beautiful musical note. So if that person wants to have the protection for their creative work, they need to go for the copyright protections. So they can avail the protection under the concept of the copyright, my friends. We shall be understanding this concept at very length after the introductory sessions. So let's understand the next concept of the intellectual property. The next intellectual property, as you can see on the screen, my friend, is called the industrial designs. Now, design means only the features of the shape, configuration, pattern, ornament or composition of the lines or colors which are applied to an article, whether in two-dimensional or in both the forms, which is finished article appear to and are judged solely by the eye. Design may be registered only when, first, it is new and original. Second, it has not been disclosed to the public. Third, it can be distinguished from the known designs or combinations of the known designs. Next one, it does not have obscenity. And the last one, its use is not against public order and morality. So this is what you can consider as the industrial designs. The next concept, my friends, is about the trademarks. Now I am very sure that everybody would have come across this term trademark somewhere in their life till now. Trademark is one of the very much utilized and commonly used intellectual property. It is very well known in the public also, my friends. The reason behind that is the inclusion under the trademarks. And according to the Trademarks Act 1999, the trademark means a mark which is capable of being represented graphically and which is capable of distinguishment of the goods and services of one person from the other person, which includes the shape of the goods, their packaging, the combination or the colors. A mark can include a device, brand, heading, label, ticket, name, signature, word, letter, shape, packaging, combination of the colors. And now, which is a recent trend, it is also about the smell, or rather the combination, as you can see on the screen. Then what do you mean by the trademark? I hope you are very well aware about the brand Colgate. So as we all know that Colgate's combination is red and white. So when we are talking about the protection of that product is about the colors. When we see the toothpaste which is covered and which is considered as which has the packaging of white and red, we will be under notice that it will be of the Colgate. Colgate has become such a wide user that not every public who is illiterate, of course, so that public cannot distinguish the normal one from the original one. So the protection has of course been given for that reason, that if the product is very popular because of the combination of the colors also, then it can also be distinguished from the other product even by the illiterate people or even by the very common people who are not able to read and write or differentiate between the products. So that is the reason that the protection under the law for such creations has been provided, which is of course known as the trademark. The next concept, my friends, under the intellectual property is what you call the geographical indications. Now, as you all know my habit, let's just divide the word and understand the meaning. Geographical indications. So when you are distributing the whole word into two different words, you will be able to understand what it may include. Geographical, that means having certain geographical and indication. You are indicating that the product would be from that particular geography or that particular area. That is what you call the geographical indication, which is also one of the very famous form of the intellectual property, my friends. As you can see on the screen, a geographical indication that is very well known as the GI is sign which is used on the product that have a specific geographical origin, or it possess the qualities or a reputation that are due to that origin. In order to function as a GI, a sign must identify a product as originating in a given place. In addition to this, the qualities, characteristics and reputation of the product should be essentially due to that place of origin. Since the qualities depend on the geographical places of production, there is a clear link between the product and the origin place of the production. For an example, Nepal tree, quality from the Himalayas. Patan Patola, as we all know, or rather if we are talking about the strawberries, then we are very much aware about the Mahabaleshwar strawberries. If you are saying that I am wearing a cloth, that is what you call sari, and that is Patan Patola, that means I am indicating Patan as geographical indications, and Patola is a form. Patan Patola has become very well known. So when you are putting this name, you will be having protection for that particular design. Why? Because that geography is putting an indication of the origin of that particular product. So for that also the protection under the law has been provided, and that is what you call, my friends, the geographical indications. The next is about the plant varieties. Variety means a plant grouping within a single botanic taxon of the lowest known rank, defined by the reproducible expression of its distinguishing and other generic characters. If one botanic or one charactered variety has been mixed with the other one, and the new creation, if it is created, that will be protected under the plant varieties, my friends. Next is the semiconductor layout designs. Now, semiconductor integrated circuit, it means a product having transitories or other circuit elements which are inseparable, formed on the semiconductor material or insulating material or inside the semiconductor material and designed to perform an electronic circuit functions. That is what you call the semiconductor. Of course, if the layout design has been protected, or it has the protection, if it is capable to create that protection, it will be covered under the semiconductor layout designs. That is also one of the kind of the intellectual property. Now, the next is the confidential information, my friends. You must be wondering why confidential information can ever be considered as a property. Now, the trade secrets, my friends. Any such information which will give you benefit of any of the things, that will be considered as the intellectual property. Why? That would be the creation, or that would be the innovative creation of one person's mind. So, to have the right over that is also one of the rights which has been defined and protected by the law. That is the reason confidential information would be falling under the intellectual properties. The word confidential information and trade secrets are synonymous. So, when you are saying that confidential information, does that mean that any confidential information? So, under the intellectual property, my friends, it would mean no. It would mean trade secrets, or it also can be defined as the type of the information which is privileged information, classified information, or a specific information for a type for which there is a clear and compelling need from withholding the disclosures. The next and the last law to be introduced under the intellectual property, my friends, is about the patent. Now, we also would have come across this term patent. What is a patent? A patent is an exclusive right which is granted for an invention, which is a product or a process, of course, that provides a new way of doing something or offers a new technical solution to a problem. The limited monopoly right granted by the state enables an inventor to prohibit another person from manufacturing, using, or selling the patented product, or from using the patented process without the permission. The period of the patent is 20 years. It's a territorial right and a negative right in nature. Negative right because I think so all the property rights are the negative rights in nature. Why? Because it puts a restriction on the other person from using that property without giving due credit or without a due permission. If the person is been restricted to use that kind of property without due permission, then that would create the nature of that right as a negative one. That is the reason that patent is very well known for being the negative right or any other intellectual property. This is the reason that, my friends, that intellectual property are very well protected. It gives the protection to one person's whole inventions, or rather one person's whole intellect, which is very important. So this was all about the basic introduction of what is intellectual property, what is intellectual property rights, what are different kinds of the intellectual property, and a very brief introduction about every kind. So friends, in the next session, we shall be looking into how intellectual property evolved in India, economic development aspect, and many other issues. Till then, stay tuned and keep learning. Thank you.